Good morning, I'm Stephen Ewashkiw from Adventure Yoga, and this is about a 30-minute morning flow. This is just to get you into your day with the right mindset. So we're going to focus today on putting in our best effort in everything we do. I know, it's a lot, in everything we do, at least for the next 30 minutes. Let's see what we can do. Unroll your mat and come down onto your knees, get ready to come into child's pose, or you can just meet me in child's pose. I'll see you there in just a few seconds. Please come into child's pose, Balasana. Take your knees wide, have your big toes touching, sit on your heels if possible, and fold forward. Stretch your arms out in front of you, and bring your forehead to the ground. Balasana, child's pose. I know we're waking up, maybe coming down here into child's pose isn't the best place to start, but I think it actually is the best place to start because this is where we're at right now, and let's meet ourselves where we're at. Our work today is to do our best, to set ourselves up for our best day by putting in our best effort here. Push down through your hands a little, push down through your toes a little, and then see if you can squeeze your legs in towards each other slightly here, just to get your inner thighs active. Notice your breath. Notice how you feel. Tired? Still waking up? Yeah, I know how that is. Come up to all fours. Lift your shoulders, lift your hips. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Have your hips overneath your knees. English is hard. I said that in another class. I think I cut it out though. Overneath is going to be my new word. Alright, so hips over your knees, shoulders over your wrists. All fours. Cool? Let's do a few rounds of cat and cow. Cat pose, round your back, move your face towards your hips, hips towards your face, so you can stretch your spine. Oh, that feels good. Hello, wake up back. And then cow pose, shift forward and lift your chest up. Move your shoulders away from your ears, move your hips back and up. Get a stretch across the front of your belly. And then back into cat. And back into cow. Cat. And cow. And then come to neutral. Come back to all fours. Walk your hands forward a little bit. And come into plank pose. Tuck your toes, straighten your legs. It's just for a moment. Get your shoulders over your wrists. Find the length of your plank pose. And then push up and back into downward facing dog. You can do this with bent knees or straight legs, whatever your body is ready for at this point in your practice. Think about your inner thighs here and hug them in a little and then lift up through your hips because of that connection that you're creating with your inner thighs. Not a literal connection, don't actually have your inner thighs touching, unless that's your body shape, and then it's totally fine. Walk your hands back to your feet for Uttanasana. Forward fold. Bend your knees here and touch the ground. Even if you don't normally bend your knees in Uttanasana, please do right now, just so that you can let your body wake up. Stretch your spine down by just letting it hang. Think about your legs and squeeze your thighs in a little and straighten them a little more. And then walk your hands forward again back into Ardha Chandrasana, down dog. If you can keep your heels on the ground, do. Just do your best though. If we work to put our best into each breath, each movement, each thought, then we'll be on a pretty good path towards being our best self, and that is a very good goal. Lift your left leg up. So is this. Lift your left leg up And then lift up more. Turn your left knee out to the side. Lift your left hip over your right hip. Look under your left arm. And really just lift your left leg. Don't bend your knee. We're not doing a thigh stretch. I know, it's like I can see you, right? Keep your left leg straight. Both legs straight. And downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up this time. And then turn your right knee over to the right. Lift your right hip over your left. Look under your right arm. Straighten your right leg. Stretch it out. Downward facing dog. Look forward, bend your knees, and walk forward to Uttanasana at the top of your mat. You can choose knees bent or legs straight here, whichever is appropriate for you, but touch the ground with at least all of your fingertips. Speaking of fingertips, come up onto your fingertips, everybody. Straighten your arms, lift your chest. Ardha Uttanasana. Lengthen your spine to help. Hug your thighs in, stretch long. Fold forward. Uttanasana, hug your thighs in, lift through your hips so you can stretch your head down more. And Ardha Uttanasana, straighten your arms, lift your chest, and fold Uttanasana. One more of these. Ardha Uttanasana, straighten your arms, stretch your spine, and fold in. Uttanasana. Place your hands on your hips, bend your knees if needed to protect your spine, your lower back, to protect your hamstrings, and then stand up. Tadasana. Stretch your arms down at your sides. Tadasana. Squeeze your legs in a little just to get them active and stretch your arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. Stretch up, push down with your feet, stretch up with your fingers, and fold forward. Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana. And fold forward. Uttanasana. Push down through your feet, hug your thighs in, and stand up, reach up. Urdhva Hastasana again, hands facing each other. And bring your arms down to your sides. Tadasana. Bring your feet together. I'm going to turn to face you in case you're looking. Feet together. Stretch your arms up overhead. And then move your arms back behind your ears a little and bring your hands together in prayer above your head. Stretch up. This is called Untitled. Usually just called standing side bend though. Side bend to the right. Squeeze your legs in and side bend more. And keep squeezing your legs in so you can come up to center. Squeeze your legs in and side bend to the left. Keep squeezing your legs in, come back up to center. Keep your arms lifted and lift your right knee up. We're going to go into tree pose. So turn your right leg out, take your right hand and grab your right leg where needed. Place your right foot on the inside of your left leg and then bring your right arm back up to join your left. Push your left leg into your right foot and stretch up. That action of hugging in with your legs, that's called adduction. It's spelled ADD, like you're adding it up. You're adding your legs up together. So hug your left leg into your right foot, adduct your left leg, stretch out through your right knee. Keep your arms up, bring your right foot down. Tadasana with your arms up. So Urdhva Namaskarasana, sort of. Lift your left knee, other side. Keep your right arm up. And with your left hand, grab your left leg where you need to place your left foot inside your right leg for Vrikshasana. And then bring your left arm back up. Tree pose. Push your right leg into your left foot. Resist a little with your left foot. And stretch long. Really just wake it up. Open your body up here. Tadasana. Lower your left leg this time. Lower both arms. So that feels good, doesn't it? Yeah, roll your shoulders out. Shake it off a little. And then come back to Tadasana. Bring your left hand onto your hip. Lift your right knee up. Take your right arm inside your right leg and touch. Push them into each other to help you stabilize here. And then take your left arm out to the side. Utthita Hasta Padibustasana. Grab your right big toe, wrap your thumb around your big toe, and then open your right knee out to the side. Hug your left thigh in, and hug your right thigh into your right arm. Resist with your right arm.
lift your right heel as high as your right hip. And if you want to go further, keep lifting your right heel and engage your right knee to straighten your right leg. Then maybe you can open it up even more. Keep both thighs hugging in, which is left leg in towards the right, right leg forward just a little, just your inner thigh, just to get it active. Bend your knee, release your leg, and come back to Tadasana. Take your right hand under your hip, Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana to the left. Lift your left knee up and touch inside your left leg. Pause. Push your arm and leg into each other. Get that adduction happening. Stretch your right arm out to the side, lift your left knee higher and grab your left big toe. And then open your left knee out to the side. Lift your left heel as high as your knee, as high as your hip. And then keep going. Keep your knee where it is roughly and lift your heel to straighten your left leg. Whew. Hug your right thigh in. Engage your inner left thigh a little. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Tadasana. Tadasana at the top of your mat. Stretch your arms up. Ardha Chandrasana. Fold forward. Uttanasana. Step your right leg back for lunge. Bonurosa. Have your left ankle underneath your left knee. And then look forward. Here, squeeze your inner thighs in towards each other, even though they're actually split and very far away from each other relative to where they often are. Squeeze your legs in anyway, because that's going to help you with this next step, which is to lift your torso and stretch your arms up. So push your feet down, hug your thighs in, lift your torso, stretch your arms up. Ardha Chandrasana, or Crescent Lunge. My stance is just a little long there. And then hold your right wrist with your left hand. So take your left hand, grab your right wrist, stretch up, stretch long, stretch back through your right leg, and side bend to the left. Come back up to center. Virabhadrasana 2, spin your right heel down. Open your arms out to your sides. Warrior 2. Hug your inner right thigh towards your left foot. It's not going to move very close to your left foot, but hug it in to get it active. And then keep that action, straighten your left leg. Reach forward slightly, Trikonasana, triangle. Side bend, and bring your left arm outside your left leg. Stretch your right arm straight up. Hug your right thigh in towards your left foot. Squeeze your left leg over towards your right side of your mat a little, and then turn up. Ardha Chandrasana is next. Bring your right hand onto your hip. Look down at your left foot. Bend your left knee a little. Slide your hand forward. Touch the ground, or you can place a prop like a book or a yoga block under your hand. Then lean forward. Use your right foot to push a little. Shift forward, lift your right leg. Ardha Chandrasana. Look to the right. Look over your right shoulder. Maybe float your right arm up. Now you've got to do that same action here of hugging your thighs in. That's going to give you a little more connection so that you may be able to lift your right hip higher. Don't lift your right heel, work for right hip. Rolling up and over your left hip like we did in that one leg down dog. And then Warrior 2, bend into your left knee, float your right heel back and down and come up. Virabhadrasana 2. And then bring your hands down, back to lunge, Bonurosa, lift your right heel, and step it back to plank pose. Balasana, Chaturanga. Bend your elbows and lower palm leg. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, up dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. And whatever happened on that side happened. It is over. That's why we gotta put our best into each moment, because they really are fleeting. They pass us by. We can't get them back. Bend your knees and exhale. Look forward and choose to walk or float to the top of your mat. Ardha Uttanasana, lift your chest, straighten your spine, and fold forward, Uttanasana. Reach up and stand up, Urdhva Hastasana, Tadasana. Other side, reach up
Inhale. And exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Step your left leg back this time for Bonurosa Lunge. Right knee underneath your right knee over top of your right ankle. And look forward. That's what happens if I get really excited about where we're going. I just lose track of where we are. And it's important that we stay in the moment and be in the moment. And even if you're a yoga teacher, that's true, Stephen. All right, squeeze your thighs in and lift your torso. Stretch your arms up. Whoa, that was tough. Yoga teachers are human. Hold your left wrist this time with your right hand. Stretch up and side bend to the right. Squeeze your right thigh in, squeeze your left thigh in. Come back up to center, stretch your arms up and Virabhadrasana 2. Spin your left heel down, open it up. Bend into your right knee and look forward. Squeeze your legs in towards each other. So you can imagine your feet are drawing in towards each other to get that adduction happening. And then straighten your right leg. Trikonasana, shift forward. Bring your right arm outside your right leg and stretch your left arm up. Hug your thighs in. Keep that action of your feet drawing in even when we bring your left leg off the ground. Bring your left hand onto your hip. Look at your right foot. Bend your right knee a little. Slide your right hand forward. And then push with your left foot. Pull back with your right hand and lift your left leg for Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Look out to the left. Maybe even look over your left shoulder. Roll your left shoulder over your right. Roll your left hip over your right. And if you want more, you can stretch your left arm up. Squeeze your thighs in. Keep that adduction work happening here. And then float it back to Warrior 2. Bend into your right knee. Float your left leg back. Come up, Warrior 2. Bring your hands down, lift your left heel, lunge, and step it back to plank pose. Lower Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And gather your thoughts. Don't worry about the past. Don't worry about what you've just done. Focus on what you're going to do next. What you're going to do next is move forward. And you get to choose walking or floating forward. Bend your knees, everybody. Look forward, push through your hands, choose wisely, and make your way forward. Ardha Uttanasana. Come to your fingertips, lift your chest, stretch your spine, squeeze your legs in and fold forward. Squeeze your legs in, stand up and reach up. Urdhva Hastasana. Tadasana. Steady your breath. We'll come back to that sequence again in a moment. Before that now, lift your right knee up. Stay here, or straighten your right leg out in front of you. Utthita Eka Padasana, extended one leg pose. Bend your right knee, everybody, and then take your right knee back behind you, catch your right foot with your right hand. So like you're doing a thigh stretch, but we're going to do Natarajasana. Stretch your left arm out in front of you and lift your right knee up. Kick your foot back, pull your left shoulder back, and hug your thighs in even though your legs are split here. So even though your right thigh and left thigh aren't next to each other, hug them in, lift your right knee higher. Tadasana. Lower your leg, lower your arms. Lift your left knee up and choose wisely. What's going to be best for you? For me, it's going to be to reset. Lift your left knee, and if you want, straighten your left leg. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. What's going to allow you to do your best in this moment? Bend your left knee, take your left knee back behind you and catch your foot with your left hand. Stretch your right arm out in front of you. Natarajasana. Lift your left knee, kick your foot into your hand. Pull your right shoulder back and squeeze both thighs in. Lift your left knee higher. So that hugging in, it helps get the action of extension of your hip a little more. In this pose, oh, Tadasana, let it go. Tadasana, stretch your arms up. Urdhva fold forward. Uttanasana, step your right leg back. Bonurosa, yeah, we're back to the lunge. Lift your torso, stretch your arms up. Ardha Chandrasana, hold your right wrist with your left hand, stretch up and side bend to the left. Warrior two, come up and unfurl it into your warrior two. Straighten your left leg, squeeze your thighs in, Trikonasana. Squeeze your legs in, Ardha Chandrasana. You can do it as we did it, or you can simply slide your left hand forward and float up. So you can do that, or do it with me, bend your left knee, slide your hand forward, bring your right hand to your hip, push with your right foot to lift your right leg, and then float your right arm up if that's where you're going. Squeeze your thighs in, create that adduction, add up your legs, and then bend your right knee, point your toes, take your right hand back, grab your right foot. It's the morning, Stephen, I know. This is how we wake up. Wake up your right shoulder, roll it up and over your left. Put your foot away from your butt, kick your foot in your hand. Ardha Chandrasana. Then back to Ardha Chandrasana. Straighten your right leg back behind you, straighten your right arm up towards the ceiling, and back to warrior two. Float your right leg down and lift it up. Bonurosa Lunge, and Chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. Squeeze your thighs in and lift through your hips to get a little more stretch in your hamstrings. Bend your knees, look forward, and choose. Make your way forward. Ardha Uttanasana, Uttanasana. Urdhva Hastasana, squeeze your legs in as you stand up and bring your arms to your sides. Tadasana. Last round, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana. Step your left leg back, Bonurosa. Squeeze your thighs in, lift your torso, stretch your arms up, Ardha Chandrasana. Hold your left wrist with your right hand, stretch up and side bend to the right. Crescent, crescent. Warrior two, come up and open it up. Straighten your right leg, Trikonasana. Again, you can slide from here into Ardha Chandrasana, you're already in the shape, or bring your left hand to your hip, bend your right knee, slide your right hand forward, push with your left leg to get that lift, lift your left leg, float your left arm up, and maybe look up over your left shoulder. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Bend your left knee, let's see what happens. Hug your left thigh in as you reach back for your left foot with your left hand, catch it, and then roll your left shoulder over your right. Kick your left foot away from your butt. Nice thigh stretch to wake up your thigh. Back to Ardha Chandrasana. Squeeze your legs in. Warrior two, bend your right knee, float it back, come up. Bonurosa, lift your heel, touch the ground, and Chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. Bend your knees, look forward, and choose wisely what's going to be your best effort here, your best practice. Walk or float. Ardha Uttanasana, Uttanasana. Squeeze your legs in, stand up and reach up. Tadasana. Steady your breath. Bend both knees just a little. It's not Utkatasana. It's Garudasana. Lift your right knee up. Wrap your right leg over your left. And if you can hook your foot behind your calf, do. Take your right arm underneath your left. Wrap your arms, wrap your wrists if possible. Garudasana. Squeeze your legs in. Squeeze your arms in. Tadasana. Bend your knees a little. Lift your left leg. Wrap your left leg over your right. Take your left arm, wrap it underneath your right. Garudasana, eagle, other side. Squeeze your legs in, that's the adduction action. Squeeze your arms in. Tadasana. Bend your right leg, grab your foot. So reach back behind you, grab your foot. This is just a thigh stretch, it's not Natarajasana. It's getting a little sweaty in here, my glasses are starting to fall down. Pull your right heel towards your butt, and then stretch your right knee back a little. Push your hips forward a little so that you can feel it in the front of your right leg. And smile. Put in your best effort to smile and get a thigh stretch. Release your right leg. Tadasana. Bend your left leg and grab your foot. Again, pull your left heel towards your butt. Move your left knee back a little and push your hips forward a little so you can feel the front of your left thigh getting a stretch. Lower your left leg. Separate your feet a little bit wider than hip distance, and behind your back, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back, move your hands away from your butt, bend your knees a little and fold forward for nice bound hands, or Paschima Baddha in our Uttanasana. Move your shoulders away from your ears, move your chest back towards your thighs, maybe straighten your legs a little more. Steady your breath. Just getting ourselves ready for the rest of our day. Slowly release your hands and bring them down to the ground. And then sit down. How do you do that? I don't know. Take your feet out of the way. Sit down. That works. Come down onto your back. So lie down on your back. Bend your knees. Place your feet on the ground. One bridge pose. Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. Reach your hands towards your heels and have your heels close enough that you can touch them a little with your fingertips. And then bend your elbows. Push your upper arms down, push your shoulders down, push your feet down, lift your hips up. Underneath you, interlace your hands, tuck your shoulders in. Push your hands and shoulders down, tuck your butt a little, push your feet down, lift your hips. Release your hands and lower your hips. Take the soles of your feet together, knees wide. So Baddha Konasana on your back, Supta Baddha Konasana. You can do what you like with your hands. I like right hand on my belly, left hand on my heart. But do what's going to help you relax a little, settle in here. Keep your feet together. See if you can relax your inner thighs. I've asked you to put a lot of focus there today. So here, just ask them to relax. They probably won't be relaxed because they are stretching here. But they should get a little more opening as you start to let go and work to just release them. Settle. Allow gravity to take over. There's a tendency here to hold on with our inner thighs, especially after we've been focusing on it. Let's take some time here to let them release. Release your breath. Release all of your focus on the effort. And bring your focus into settling your mind, settling your body. Take your hands and touch your inner thighs. And then lift your knees up, Bring your feet flat onto the ground. Take your arms down to the ground and stretch your legs out. Separate your feet. Turn your feet out, turn your legs out. Turn your palms up at your sides, tuck your shoulders in a little. And close your eyes. Shavasana. This will be a short Shavasana. We'll only have about 1 more minute here. If you would like longer, feel free to just reach over and press pause until you're ready to come out of your Shavasana. Then you can hit play again. Relax your inner thighs so your knees turn out. Relax your forehead. Start to deepen your breath. I know, I want longer for Shavasana too. Move a little. But this is the time we've got today. If you've got time for more, you can always take it now. Stretch your arms up and overhead. Oh, yawn if that feels good, if that just comes on in this stretch. Another chance to help our body just wake up and open up before we have to get into our day. Bend your knees, turn onto your side, and come up to seated. If you can come up with your eyes shut, do, and come into a seated position with your hands in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra, prayer position. Our work is to put in our best in each moment. It's not that we have to be our best, it's not that we have to be perfect, but if we are striving to do our best, to think our best thoughts, to take our best actions, to say our most thoughtful, our kindest words, then we will be moving into this day in a really, really strong position to make the day our best day, or at least a good day. All we can do is put in our best and see what we get back. I hope that this is a good reminder for you to take that into your day and see what you can make of today. Thanks for practicing. Namaste. I hope that got you feeling like at least you were practicing doing your best and helped you feel your inner thighs a little bit more at the same time. But really, this is just to get us going for the day and set us on the right path with that mindset of putting our best effort into everything we do, every thought we have, every action that we even think about taking. It's a lot, but it takes practice, so thanks for practicing. If you're looking for another class to do in the future, you can just click right there and add that class to your watch later list. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, it's pretty easy. You just click my picture over there and subscribe. You can click the bell icon, you get notifications. And if you got a second, give the class a little thumbs up like. Thanks, homies. See you soon.